Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're from the Science Project Group, and we're studying about the efficiency of oyster mushroom extract to inhibit the growing of Bacillus cereus bacteria.
Provenance and significance. There are many different types of mushroom in Thailand, and some can be cooked as a delicious. And why Thai people are interested by oyster mushroom, for example, farish mushroom, abalone mushroom, and orange mushroom. According to Yavapas, Alamsiri Lujiwet experiment in year 2017, and about extension from some type of mushroom, it inhabit the bacteria in plants and found that the orange mushroom and Hungary mushroom can inhabit to fungi and bacteria, including the Bacillus cereus, which these mushrooms are in oyster mushroom type. So for this reason, we decided to study research about the oyster mushroom. That's another form cooking. What else can it be used to? Until we get enough information, we can be certain that it can be used to inhibit the bacteria. Therefore, we interested in using the oyster mushroom and decide to compare and qualify the extract from oyster mushroom, and as well as in the efficiency to inhibit the growth of Bacillus cereus bacteria for medical development. What is the Bacillus cereus bacteria? Bacillus bacteria is another bacteria found in pathogenic soil, and its properties are gram-positive bacteria that go well in born presence and absence of air. And then you eat the food have the bacteria, eat the bacteria, you have effect about yourself, diarrhea and vomit. And then you found the food in, you have the bacteria is the example, the in dry food and instant food and raw food.
For the objectives of this project is to study the extract from the oyster mushrooms and to see the capability of the extract. The hypothesis, we think that the extract from the oyster mushroom can inhibit the Bacillus cereus bacteria. For the best benefits of this project, the oyster mushroom extract can be used to inhibit the Bacillus cereus bacteria, and it can be used in the medical development. For the scope of education, the oyster that was used was a fairy mushroom, white fairy mushrooms, the Hungarian mushrooms, the origin mushroom, the abalone mushroom, and the Bhutan mushrooms. By the samples from the Major University and the Warorot market. For the lab we use for the experiment, we use at the Rajabhat University. For the variables of study, first is the independent variables. The independent variables were the oyster mushroom, such as the fairy mushroom, Hungarian mushrooms, the origin mushrooms, the Bhutan mushroom, abalone mushrooms, and many more. Next is the dependent variables, is the efficiency to inhibit the growth of the Bacillus cereus bacteria. Next is the control variable. The control variable are the amount of the solvent, the temperature, the equipment, and the incubator. Here are the equipment. First is a chemical equipment. You can see it. And this is a physical equipment.
So for the method, first is extracting the oyster mushrooms. So you want to soak the oyster mushroom in the ethanol in the rate of 1/1. And then after that, we filtrate it using the filter paper. And then we distillate it in 70 to 80 degrees Celsius. And then you keep it in the room temperature to maintain the quality. and then you put it, no, you separate them using the high-speed microcentrifuge in the speed of 1,500 RPM in 10 minutes, and in the temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. Step 2 is preparing the nutrient agar. Prepare 1.2 grams of brick extract powder, 2 grams of pepton, 6 grams of agar, and then you mix that with 400 milliliters of water, and then you keep it in the high-speed steam sterilizer. Step 3 is swapping. So drop the nutrient agar you got into the test tube as well as the bacteria. After that, bring it into the shaking incubator model for 24 hours. And then you put the result you got on the plate and wait for 24 hours for the bacteria to grow. Put the extract, my apology. So after that, you set the area you want to put the extract on, and then you drop the extract you got about 0.5 millimeters on the paper dip, and then you put the paper dip or the extract on the place you set it. And this is the result that we get. We repeat it 3 times, and we did 50% of the concentration and 100% of the concentration. Okay, so for the conclusion, the extract of the oyster mushroom can really be inhibited to the Bacillus cereus bacteria. And the one that has the most effectiveness was the orangey mushrooms and the abalone fairy mushrooms. Because the area that we measure it from the clear zone was 2.71. Thank you for listening.
ครับผมก่อนจะเริ่มคำถามนะครับเด็กๆอาจจะตื่นเต้นนิดนะฮะกลุ่มแรกนะครับโอเคครับคณะพิธีกรก็ตื่นเต้นเหมือนกันนะครับให้เด็กหายใจหายคอสักครู่นะครับโอเคครับต่อไปนะครับจะเป็นเรื่องการช่วงตอบคำถามนะครับ5 นาทีครับขอบคุณครับ
So my question is, did you mix each mushroom together? Like, did you try to mix like 1 or 2?
No, we
together?
didn't mix the mushrooms together, but we used the mushrooms to like compare. So, like the orangey mushrooms, we extract that to get we get that extract from the orangey mushrooms, and for the putan, we get the extract from the putan, and we compare it, which can inhibit most. Yeah.
And what the next step for if you got this one, this kind of mushroom is can have a good result, the best result. So next step to want to inhibit the bacteria. Adapt in the everyday use or.
Well, we measure the clear zone, which is like, it's what you inhibit. The clear zone is what you inhibit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we just measure the clear zone to see how much it inhibits. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But then if you wanna like encourage the medical, you can maybe like make it as a medicine or something. I mean, that would help, right? Yeah.
What is the clear zone?
It's the area that the extract has inhibit. Like, you know, yap yang. Yeah.